Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you.
Thank you.
So let's start at the beginning. I believe, yes, that you run this NGO for single moms. So are you a single mother?
Yes, I am a single mother.
Okay, would you tell us your story?
I'm a single mother to two lovely boys, and I became a single mother in 2013. There are different types of single motherhood. There's single motherhood by the death of a spouse, by desertion of a spouse, by abandonment, or a choice. Right, and then there are unwed single mothers. They love to be named unwed single moms, right? And so I fall into the category of spousal desertion, right? I woke up and my husband walked away from home, right? Leaving me with two boys. At the time, my first son was 7 and the second was 4 months old.
Wow. 4 months old?
Yes, 4 months old. And he had gone to Abuja, he said, for greener pastures, and it's been 4 years now since I have seen or heard from him. And prior to his leaving, like I said, I just had a baby, so I had handed over. I'm a lawyer, but I was running the food export business, food surplus and more. And before I had gone into hospital because I felt ill during the pregnancy, I had handed the business over to him and he was running it. So when we returned back from hospital and the delivery of our son, had asked for the handover of reports and so that I could take on the business, and just kept going from one excuse to the other, and yeah, when he walked away, I realized that there was no business anymore.
So he essentially took over the business?
Yeah, he sold it out. He ran it down and sold it.
How long were you married for?
We're married, at the time we were married for 8 years.
Wow. So I mean, here you are, you're a newly, you just gave birth to a child, and your husband said he was going to Abuja. When did you realize that he wasn't coming back for, and what was going through your mind?
That's a very valid question to ask, because after he left, I remember that 2 months after he left, I had asked him, when are you going to come back home? I need to pick up my business. I need to get the reports, no matter how bad, the state of the company is. I need to get all that back so that I know what needs to be done. And he would say to me, I'm coming in, I just got a new job. I'm not able to come back. I'll get back to you shortly.
So not even on weekends or anything?
No.
But was he calling like you would know?
No, well, he was scheduling appointments as to when I could call him at this time. They could say to me, oh, you can't call me till 9 p.m. Oh, you can't call me till 3 a.m. And so and once I missed those appointments, then I began to wonder about what's happening, because I mean, it never used to be like that. And so it was my son's 7th birthday, and I said to myself, there's no point just sitting and look at home. Let's go look for your dad. So yeah, we got tickets. I called him when we got to the airport and said, we're at Abuja airport, please pick us up, we're here. And he said, no, you didn't tell me you were coming. And I said, what does that mean? He says, no, you can't come on Monday. He told me I'm not a baby.
At this time, how many months had he been gone for?
Because then it had been gone for, he left February, so it had been gone for like 4 months.
For 4 months?
For like 4 months. So I said to him, you can't just say that. And then so I called his flatmate, whose number I had, and then I was very excited, called him up and said, oh, your family's here, I'm going to move out of the house for you guys for a couple of days and things like that. And he now called me and said, surprisingly, by the time he got home to go and move out his things, he found out that my ex had moved out his things. And said, oh, since you can give her the address, let her come and stay here. And so it dawned on me that
sorry to ask, were you having marital problems before this had happened?
Not one that was not uncommon to any other marriage. Not one that was not uncommon.
But had your husband ever expressed that maybe he wanted a separation or a divorce or anything?
Absolutely not. And I mean, it was shocking because I didn't even suspect anything. When he was leaving home, he left with my certificates, left with marriage certificates and all of that, and left with international passport. But it wasn't something I expected, it wasn't something I saw, because it was something that, you expected. You probably would have picked up those things and kept away and things like that.
What about his family?
Yeah, so I went to, at the time when I realized that, and I realized that there was no business. Like I said, I'm a lawyer, so I said, okay, you know what, let me get back my my certificate and go get a job. Because the last job I had, I was company secretary legal advisor to Danforth. So I had said, you know what, let me just go back and get a job. And then I started looking for my certificate. I actually did an interview and it was at the point of go and get your, show us your certificate. I started searching the whole house and where is this thing? And I couldn't find it. So at that point, meanwhile, I hadn't told anybody that he had walked away. I hadn't told anybody. I hadn't told family members. I hadn't told. But, part of that time, yeah, I was financially responsible for the home.
So you were the breadwinner?
Yes, most of the time.
Even when you were married?
Throughout your 8-year marriage?
Yes. So, but nobody knew. So, like, by the time I called my mom and I said to her, I'm going to file for a divorce. My mom switched off the phone and then she said to me, when you stop being crazy, you call me back. I called her back and I told her, I'm not crazy. And then she said, well, you never reported your husband to anybody, so it's, and then she says to me, you know what, this needs to be patiently handled, we need to pray through, we need to do this, we need to, and my parents went to his mom and said to him, oh, we have this, we have this, we have this, and we're not concerned about all the issues. Can we know where your son is so that we can actually hear what exactly is going to happen? And then she said she herself doesn't know. She doesn't know where her son is. And okay, so my father said, okay, whether you know where your son is or not, I trained my daughter to school. The certificate's been done to me. If she doesn't want it, I want it. And so I demand it. And so there was a lot of tussle, but eventually I got back my certificate.
Why did you take your certificates then?
Usually, I wouldn't know because I'm not in his mind, but usually what I have come to find out with experience dealing with women, I realize that when men want to lead, especially men who have issues with complex, who have issues with ego, they just want to render the woman financially
control.
Yeah. So that
control.
She's losing everything or she's lost everything.
They literally want to run you wasn't going down and make sure that when he looks back and and it's still funny. I mean, I'm going to ask you this question because I know a lot of people who have gone through some sort of separation or divorce. There's she said, there's what he tells people to make himself seem like such a crazy man. And I'm sure you most of you have heard things he's probably said to friends. Would you share some with us and the ones that
some of the things I've heard, and that is that she's using my glory to make money, and I found that very, very pathetic.
So you accuse you of using jazz?
Yes, and
when you met him, was he? I mean, usually when someone says someone is using your glory, it means that you were doing so well. Yeah, and you got married to somebody, and things went downhill. Was that the situation?
Then when we met each other, I was working at the Lagos Ministry of Justice. He was working for an advertising firm, so we had just started our lives together.
Okay.
There's no.
At what point did you lose his job?
Yes, I got a World Bank scholarship in 2006 to do my LLM in South Africa. So I have proceeded on that course, and the scholarship of course covered my son because I had just had a baby who was just 2 weeks old at the time. And we had gone for like 18 months. By the time I came back, he said he was tired of his job and wanted to start business.
And he just quit his job.
So you were going for 18 months?
Yes,
and he was here working?
Working. Okay. By the time I came back, I mean, he wasn't really working anymore, so what happened that he thinks he wants to go into business. And at the time I told him, I said, we have this starting in the family and then we're going into business and we're not discussing, we should discuss it because as when I left for my LLM, I had resigned my job at the Lagos Ministry of Justice. So it wasn't, it was improper.
It wasn't the right time.
This is definitely just the tip of the iceberg because we're obviously going to get to your interview as well. So much more coming from